This is Join the Crowd Radio. JoinDaCrowd.com.
Hoodie gang, what's up? It's your boy Martinelli of multimedia.com, JoinDaCrowd.com, Playlist of Life. Here we are. Episode 30, Anthem After Anthem. This is going to be broken down in two parts because I broke it down into a two-part series. So part one is going to have all the solo songs, and then part two is going to have the songs with the groups. The reason I did that is because I wanted to give each individual group and set of music its own thing, and that way you can actually capture the moment and listen to the songs in a more direct structure. And that was the whole point of doing this. But this is Anthem After Anthem. Basically what that means is songs that I personally felt like were anthems, and I just wanted to share it with the world. So let's get into it. When you think of an anthem, you think of records that had the whole world singing to them. I found 50. What makes a song an anthem, though? Its cultural impact, melodic tone, and the feeling it gives you. Its significance in the music industry through sales, chart-topping, touring, merch, and a dope video. It's all about transcending and becoming powerful enough that it crosses genres, genders, and cultures. Broken down into a two-part series with mostly solo artists on one and groups on the other, this 50 is our personal favorite among so many more. Meaning there's so many other songs that people consider anthems, but these are the 50 that I chose to put on this playlist and to bring you guys together with this episode 30. So let's get right into it, man. First song off this playlist is going to be Ruff Ryders Anthem by DMX. It was produced by Swiss Beats, and it was released May 5th, 1998. Ruff Ryders Anthem, released as a B-side to Slippin', was the fourth and final single from the album and peaked at number 93 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1998. After DMX's death on April 9, 2021, the song re-entered the Hot 100 and reached a new peak of number 16, the week ending on April 15, 2021. VH1 ranked it as number 79 on their list of the greatest hip-hop songs. That's so dope, man. So dope. Next song off this playlist is going to be Hustlin' by Rick Ross. It was produced by The Runners, and it was released March 11, 2006. The debut single of Rick Ross, which led to a bidding war and eventually landed him a huge record deal with Def Jam. It was produced by The Runners and was known for its bombastic production and extremely catchy hook. You cannot go anywhere in Miami without hearing this being played on every corner. This track revolutionized the southern hip-hop sound. Next song off this playlist is going to be In the Club by 50 Cent. It was produced by Dr. Dre and Mike Elizondo. It was released January 7th, 2003. In the Club was one of the first 7 tracks that 50 Cent recorded with Dr. Dre in only 5 days. Originally planned as a D12 song for the 8 Mile soundtrack, producer Dr. Dre played the instrumental for 50, who immediately wrote the song's lyrics within an hour and recorded the bulk of the vocals that night. According to Billboard Book of #1 Hits, when choosing which song should be Get Rich or Die Trying lead single, Eminem favored If I Can't, but when 50 asked Dr. Dre for his opinion, he opted for In the Club instead. After a coin toss, In the Club was chosen. Wow, that's crazy, right? Next song off this playlist is going to be If I Ruled the World, Imagine That by Nas. It features Lauryn Hill, and it was produced by the Trackmasters. And it was released June 4th, 1996. Nas told Complex, being a hip-hop fan and a Crush Groove fan, Kurtis Blow is my favorite rapper when I was a kid. He sang If I Ruled the World, and I thought that was a huge chorus. The song was Nas' attempt at a wider appeal. Next song off this playlist is going to be Old Boy by Cameron. It featured Joel Santana. It was produced by Just Blaze, and it was released April 2nd, 2002. This record was so big at the time, man, and there was this whole breakdown of this whole rumor that the song was originally for Jay-Z, and Jay-Z didn't come to the studio at the time to record it. He probably really wasn't feeling it as much. Cam heard it, Cam recorded it, ran to the radio station, put out a rough version of it, and pretty much the rest is history. Then they were saying Cam only did it because, you know, he felt like Jay was egging him in the studio, really didn't want to work with him and no shit like that. And eventually, Jay realized the song was bigger than what he expected. He went to go put a verse on it for like a remix, and they said Cam told everybody in the studio to erase that shit, get rid of it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to put it out. They were saying like they just didn't want to work with Jay. After the fact, they tried to work with Jay. He wouldn't want to work with him. So there is a missing Jay-Z verse for Old Boy. Maybe we'll hear it. Maybe we won't. Next song off this playlist is going to be California Love by Tupac. It features Roger Troutman and Dr. Dre, and it was also produced by Dr. Dre. From what it's saying, this was released December 3rd, 1996. This song was one of those songs when Pac came home from jail. He started, working with Dre because, Suge brought him over to Death Row. And this song was originally supposed to be a Dre song, but when Pac heard it, he wanted to jump on it. Arguably, this is probably Pac's most famous song when you think about it. And it was the first track he released during that whole getting signed to, Death Row era. Next song off this playlist is going to be Raise Up by P.D. Pablo. It was produced by Timbaland, and it was released March 29, 2001. This was actually P.D. Pablo's first single, and during that time, P.D. was just released from prison, and he went to New York, and that's pretty much where he gained a lot of connections in the rap game. The hook is played by the USC Tar Heels marching band when the defense makes a successful third down stop during football games. This is one of those songs that peaked at number 25 on the Billboard charts and genuinely celebrates North Carolina, its rap scene, and P.D. Pablo himself. I mean, he had Freak Leak, which is another big single, but this is like the one that kind of like catapulted his career. Next song off this playlist is going to be Whatever by Remy Ma. It features Swiss Beats as well as being produced by Swiss Beats, and it was released June 6, 2006. This was actually the lead single from the album. The song peaked at number 1 on Billboard bubbling under R&B and hip hop charts, number 18 on the Hot R&B charts, and number 79 on the Top R&B chart. Next song off this playlist is going to be Who's That Girl by Eve. It was produced by Teflon, and it was released February 8, 2001. This was the first single taken from Eve's second album, Scorpion, and her 5th US single, whereas it was her debut single throughout Europe. The song peaked at number 47 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 in the United Kingdom. It was also number 97 on VH1's 100 Greatest Songs of Hip Hop. Next song off this playlist is going to be We Fly High by Jim Jones. It was produced by Zucon. It was released July 15, 2006. And if I'm not mistaken, the producer Zucon is actually from Philly, believe it or not. It's subtitled Ballin' because, Jim Jones, says that on a song. But from what I could remember, a lot of people were saying that that word ballin' was inspired by Tupac. That's where he kind of got it from. Then there's a lot of speculation that the song was co-wrote or wrote by Max B. That's neither here nor there. I wasn't in those studio sessions to find out or know about it, but that's what a lot of people were saying and putting out there. But all in all, it's definitely an anthem, and it's definitely one of those records that's timeless. Next song off this playlist is going to be Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott. It was produced by Timbaland, and it was released March 6, 2001. Most would say Get Your Freak On is a song that are kind of like one of those songs that's like a genius, so left field, and it kind of like pushes the narrative of, female sexuality, had like that global feel, that futuristic sound, and how Timbaland do with those beats, man. So this is one of those songs that really like get the clubs going, man, get you vibing, get you dancing. Just for me personally, it's just definitely an anthem, man. Just that Timbaland sound, that Missy flow, like it's like a match made in heaven with them two, man. Next song off this playlist is going to be Hot in Here by Nelly. It was produced by the Neptunes, and it was released April 16th, 2002. This song kind of reminds you of that like 1970 go-go sound, kind of like that Chuck Brown Bustin' Loose feel. That's what this song kind of reminds me of. Just gives you that vibe, because when you look at it, the song is dope, but the actual hook, the chorus doesn't rhyme. It's just a vibe. And this was the time that he was being managed by Kuda Love, one of Mace's business partners, and one of Mace's close childhood friends, and a person that was signed to him in the Harlem World. The group Cardan is, I don't call it speculation, because I think he came out and said it, and Nelly came out and said it, that Cardan co-wrote on that album, co-wrote on them songs. So it definitely has a lot of low Harlem swagger when you listen to a lot of Nelly songs in that time period. Next song off this playlist is going to be Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. It features Pharrell Williams. It was produced by the Neptunes, and it was released September 12, 2004. The phrase Drop It Like It's Hot existed in hip-hop for many years before this song, but Snoop and Pharrell undoubtedly brought it to new heights when this became Snoop's first ever #1 hit on Billboard. So think about that for a second. Snoop had a lot of dope records out there, but this one that he connected with Pharrell on became his first #1 hit. Crazy. And this song is damn sure an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Good Life by Kanye West. It features T-Pain. It was released September 11, 2007. Over a key sample from Michael Jackson's PYT, Ye contemplates the finer things in life while telling his haters to continue hating as he watches them while laughing from his new car, yacht, and private jet. The good life. Welcome to the good life. Next song off this playlist is going to be Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. It features Lil Wayne and Manny Fresh. It was produced by Manny Fresh and it was released November 3rd, 1998. Back That Ass Up, which stands as Juvenile's biggest hit, is connected to the genre of bounce, a form of party music that first emerged in New Orleans in the early 1990s. Definitely a southern banger right here, man. Girls go crazy when this come on, man. Girl, you look good, won't you back that ass up? And if she feeling good, she looking good, she's definitely gonna back that ass up. Anthem, bro. Super anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa. It was produced by Stargate and it was released September 14th, 2011. Black and Yellow represents Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh represents the Steelers and the Pirates. And if you look at their jersey colors, you know that's where Wiz is originally from. You know, even though he currently living right now, but that black and yellow is Pittsburgh all day, every day. You want to know what's even crazy? That black and yellow, that Pittsburgh, those colors, is also affiliated with the gang in LA. So that's something to think about, or something to talk about. Next song off this playlist is going to be Alright by Kendrick Lamar. It was produced by Pharrell Williams Soundwave and it was released March 15th, 2015. Because we gonna be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be alright. This is one of those moments where you're listening to a song and you're battling for like a higher purpose. You know, you have a strong belief system in a higher power and you want everybody around you to do good, be good, feel great, live great. And this is one of those songs, like no matter what you're going through, we're gonna definitely be all right. Anthem, I'm telling you, nothing more but an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Doo-Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill. It was produced by Lauryn Hill. Quiet as kept, it was produced by other people as well, but we're going to leave that one alone. This was released August 10th, 1998, off of her Miseducation, the Lauryn Hill album. The crazy thing about this was actually a breakout solo single after the whole success of like the Fugees, the Score album, and just to see Lauryn just, you know, show her vulnerability on that album was just amazing, man. The album had a lot of controversy behind it, according to like the producers and the writers, but sonically that album is so fucking good. It's so emotional, it's so raw, it's so real. And for her to put this single out to let the ladies know, do your thing, you see what I'm saying? But don't let what's out there dictate who you are and what you look like and how you present yourself. You know, because at the end of the day, everybody's chasing after that thing, and you know what that thing is, right? It can be lust, it can be money, it can be success, but just know, be mindful of that, you know? This is definitely an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Mo Bamba by Sheck West. It was produced by Take a Day Trip and 16-Year-Old, and it was released June 16th, 2018. So this song is actually named after an Orlando Magic player called Mohamed Bamba. He grew up playing basketball for Sheck, and in this song, Sheck compares his experience as an up-and-coming rapper being targeted by labels with Bamba's experience as a high school recruit being harassed by colleges. So it's kind of like one of those songs where he saluted out his homie and just kind of like did a comparison in their careers sonically as far as like basketball and hip-hop. I thought that was dope. It was a dope correlation of how he did that, man. And your homie get shouted out, you know, so that's dope. Next song off this playlist is going to be Moment for Life by Nicki Minaj. It features Drake. It was produced by Nick Hill and also T-, and it was released November 22nd, 2010. Not a big Nicki Minaj fan, but this song is insane, man. Definitely a whirlwind. Definitely a record where you sit back and reflect on your life and just realize your ups and downs and your trials and tribulations, and you look at your wins and your losses, and you say, you know what, this is the moment where, you know, I set a precedent. This is the moment where I let the world know who I am. This is the moment where I'm not gonna let anything get in the way of that. And she killed it with this, man. The Drake verse was fire, but I wish that I could have this moment for life. Definitely a song of reflection, and definitely an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Whatever You Like by T.I. It was produced by Jim Johnson. It was released July 29th, 2008. I feel like this is one of those fun songs where you getting it and you got it, and you don't have a problem splurging on your significant other. It's like, get whatever you like. It's on me. I got it. You good. I'm going to make you look good. We're going to make each other look good. You know, the funny thing about this song, a lot of broke girls, as I like to say, would try to use this as a metaphor to niggas they chasing money from. You know, like, shut up. This is T.I. Live your life. Stop trying to live your life through motherfucking songs and just enjoy the record. Next song off this playlist is going to be Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z. It features Alicia Keys. It was produced by Angela Hunter, Janet Sewell, and Al Shucks, and it was released September 1st, 2009. I feel like this song really came about during the time of like New York sports, you know, New York Giants, New York Yankees. I feel like this is like that type of vibe, that type of anthem, that type of song where, you know, New York needed, you know, a big anthem at that time. You know, they just went through with the whole World Trade Center collapsing, and, you know, just something big to like lift the city up, man. And this was definitely one of those records that lifted the city up at that time. Next song off this playlist is going to be All the Way Turned Up by Roscoe Dash. It features Soulja Boy. It was produced by Vibe Beats and KE on the track, and it was released January 2nd, 2010. So believe it or not, Roscoe Dash used to go by Shadow Fade. This was actually originally his solo song, and there was a situation where he came across a group called Travis Porter. He knew like their cousin YT, and pretty much what happened is they were trying to use the song as theirs, featuring Roscoe Dash, and Roscoe Dash was like, no, this is my song. I'm gonna go grab Soulja Boy, put it on it, and I'm gonna make this shit a hit record. Definitely an anthem, man. Definitely a club banger. Next song off this playlist is FNF, Let's Go. FNF stands for Fuck Nigga Free. This was a song by producer Hit Kid featuring Glorilla. Kind of like put Glorilla in that spotlight, kind of like catapulted her career, you know, because at that time she just was a little hood booger making records, hanging out with her girls, and this shit just took off, man. This shit, it's definitely an anthem. I had to put it on here. I didn't want to be smart. I didn't want to front. I didn't want to deny the record. So that's why I put this on there, man. A lot of controversy behind the song because Hit Kid said it's his song, even though Glorilla is on the verses. But you got to understand, she's the rapper, you're the producer. Who are the people going to pay the most attention to? Who's going to be the most influenced by the song? The girls who listen to the girl on a song, you know. But they worked out the technicalities and, you know, the credits and the payouts and all of that, and ever since then Glorilla's career has shot to the moon. So salute to her, salute to Hit Kid for giving a great record. Alright, next song off this playlist is going to be Party Like a Rock Star by the Shop Boys. It was produced by Jason Pittman and was released February 19th, 2007. This is like one of those songs, summer 2007, that was just like a smash hit, man. Like, Party Like a Rock, like you just heard it everywhere. And it just kind of like took the hip hop sound, the rap sound, meshed it with the rock and roll sound. And it's just one of those anthems that you may hear at a rock and roll party, you may hear at a hip hop party, hear at a rap party. But it's definitely one of those records that you can enjoy, especially with the guitar riffs in it. Like, man, this shit was a banger. Next song off this playlist is going to be Get Money by Junior Mafia. It was produced by Easy LP and it was released August 29th, 1995. Man, I felt like the whole Junior Mafia, B.I.G., Little Siege, Little Kim, that whole era was just golden, man. Like, Big dropped that Ready to Die, man. And then instead of like, you know, trying to put out a second album real quick, he said, no, I'm gonna put my group on. See what I'm saying? Got down with Lance and Revere. They started the Undius label. Put this out, man. I mean, this song was fire. This song was fire, bro. And that's why I considered it an anthem. Because it was one of those ones where Big was like, yo, I'm going to put my little shorty on, put my little homie on, and we're going to put a record out. And the world ate it up. We loved it, man. The Conspiracy album was dope, but this was an anthem, definitely. Next song off this playlist is going to be Grinding by the Clips. It was produced by the Neptunes and it was released May 14th, 2002. So the crazy thing about the Neptunes, right? They had an album out prior to this. It was called Exclusive Audio Footage. And they had a single called The Funeral. You know, they was pushing, I think that at the time it was on Electric Records, you know, they was pushing, you know, to get put out there and, you know, make a name for themselves. They had the backing of the Neptunes at the time, who were the hottest producers. So they figured, you know, let's put out an album, you know, Pharrell got our backs, but it just didn't work to their favor. You know, so they went back into the lab, cooked up, grinding, and the crazy thing about it, this beat was actually going to go for Jay-Z. And Pharrell kind of threatened the Clips, like, yo, get your asses to the studio now, record this song, because I'm working on something very special. If not, I'm giving this shit to Hove. And lo and behold, here we have Grinding. Definitely an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Swag Surfing by Fast Life Youngsters, FLY. And it was produced by KE on the track, and it was released March 24th, 2009. I swag when I surf. Now watch me surf and swag I'm on. Yo, this was a banger, man. Since its release in 2009, swag surfing has grown in popularity, especially among the black community. It has been played at weddings, graduations, parties, homecoming events, and others. The dance is well regarded as it encourages friends and strangers to connect with each other by linking arms and swaying from side to side. If you ever been to an event, if you ever been to a college party, a cookout, a club, a date, when they play this, everybody in unison just holds on to each other and they do the swag, man. I have so much footage of places I've been where this song played and everybody just rocked out and jammed out to it, man. So definitely an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Dipset Anthem by the Diplomats. It features Joel Santana and Cam'ron, and it was produced by the Heatmakers, and it was released March 25th, 2003. This was actually originally released for Gangsta the Music on the Purple City Volume 3 mixtape, and the song was also released on the album for Diplomatic Community in March. It debuted at 64 on the US Billboard, and the song is considered like one of those, I don't know, man. The beat, everything about this song is just amazing, man. The samples, the drums, the melodic patterns, like when this drops, man, I don't know. You get real fly and swaggy when this drops, man. Anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Rock the Mic by Beanie Siegel and Freeway, the whole State Property crew thing. This was produced by Just Blaze and it was released January 29, 2002. This was actually considered the first single from the soundtrack of State Property, and it was performed by Beanie Siegel and Freeway, of course. And this is actually probably one of the highest charting singles from both rappers, making it number 55 on the US Billboard Hot 100. The beat, I mean, I don't know, man. Just Blaze at that time was just cranking out fucking records, man. Like those drum patterns, man. It's just like, I don't know. This is definitely an anthem. Everywhere I've ever been, people love this song, man. Like, you just can't deny it. It's just so fucking undeniable. Next song off this playlist is going to be Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. It features the Yin Yang Twins. It was produced by Lil Jon and it was released October 8th, 2002. This was actually the third single off of the King's Crunk album and definitely an anthem both dedicated to and centered around one simple act, the gyration of the female posture. You already know, man, women get low when they hear this. If your girl in the club, man, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to let her live, bro, because she gonna get low to this. She gonna definitely get low to this. All right, so let's give you a little nostalgia hip hop right now. Next song off this playlist is gonna be The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. It was produced by Digital Underground and it was released March 20th, 1990. Yes, 1990. This is more considered like a witty parody of the hip hop dance. The thing is, Shock G called himself Humpty Dumpty, and you know, the whole Humpty dance, you know, him with the big nose and the suits and the crazy hair and the Kango and the hat. You know, this was just a fun record at that time, man. 90s hip hop was just, early 90s hip hop was just about having fun, man, just being excited about life. It wasn't the gangster shit as much as, like, you know, NWA on the West Coast, but when you got groups like Digital Underground, man, it was about having fun. So the Humpty Dance is definitely an anthem. Definitely one of those songs you get to listen to, you hear it being played anywhere, you get it. You get why people love it. Next song off this playlist is going to be Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty by Nature. It was produced by Naughty by Nature and it was released December 10th, 1992. Another early 90s banger, man. I had to put a little nostalgia on here because these are anthems, man. Like, if you know, you know. This was definitely a top 10 hit, man, at that time, too. Hip Hop Hooray. Oh, hey. Yo, come on, man. You already know, Hoodie Gang. Like, come on, let's not play games. If you're a hip hop historian and you love music like I love music, you get it. Next song on this playlist is going to be Salt Shaker by Yin Yang Twins. It features Little John and the East Side Boys, and it was produced by Little John and released September 16th, 2003. Shake it like a salt shaker. Now, if that ain't an anthem, I don't know what to tell you. The beat is so fire. The video is insane. Like, come on, man. Shake it like a man, whatever. Next song off this playlist is going to be Nuck If You Buck by Crime Mob. It features Little Scrappy, and it was produced by Little J from Crime Mob and Doc Jam, and it was released August 3rd, 2004. A very infusing piece of poetry looking at the beautiful words of ignorance as 5 of the 6 crime members share their love of ducking, bucking, busting, blasting, and shaking dreads while getting turned on some crunk music, all in a wonderfully mesmerizing chorus. Nuck if you buck, boy, nuck if, come on, man. Ooh, this was such a banger. Next song off this playlist is going to be Annie Up, Robin Hood's Theory by M.O.P. It was produced by Dr. Period and it was released September 9th, 2009. Bronzeville, Bronx, New York, motherfuckers. The Bronx ain't nothing to be played with, man. You get robbed for everything if they don't know you in the Bronx. And Annie Up is pretty much just a song about robbing motherfuckers and celebrating that you robbing motherfuckers, man. This song, I don't know, man. It's such a great song, but it's almost scary to the point like you wouldn't want to go to Brownsville if you didn't know anybody there or you wasn't good in that hood, because you definitely was getting robbed. New York is known for robbing niggas. It's proven fact. We all know this. If you into the hip hop culture like I'm into the hip hop culture, you understand it, you get it. And M.O.P. literally made a song about it. Crazy, right? Next song off this playlist is going to be More Money, More Problems by the Notorious B.I.G. It features Mason Diddy. It was produced by Stevie J and Diddy, and it was released March 25th, 1997. R.I.P. B.I.G., man. The crazy thing is, everybody was saying that Puff wanted to use this as his solo song for his album. But nah, this went on Big's album, man. This definitely had to go on Life After Death because it felt like a Biggie record. Even though it had Puff and Mace on it, it just felt like a Biggie record. And it's such an anthem, man. Like, I love everything about this song. The beat, the video, the vibe, the sound, the verses, all of that, man. Just a dope record. You know, more money and more problems. Who don't deal with that? Next song off this playlist is going to be Bad and Bougie by the Migos. It features Lil Uzi Vert, and it was produced by Metro Boomin and G Coupe, and it was released August 27th, 2016. R.I.P. Takeoff, man, because they always said Takeoff was left off Bad and Bougie. What they don't know is that his ad-libs is on a song and he's featured in the actual video and he was part of the group, so he couldn't have been left off the song, but that's neither here nor there. This is the one song that actually blew the Migos up. Like, crossover, mainstream hit record. You know, it's kind of like one of those trap anthems about making money, spending it on women, and just enjoying life with your cars, your jewelry. You know, you smoke your weed, you look fly. Like, this is just one of those records, man. Sure, they gotta be bad and bougie if you're gonna have all those other things in line, you know? Definitely an anthem though. Shout out to Lil Uzi Vert, that is a Philly native. Next song off this playlist is going to be Money, Power, Respect by The Lox. It features DMX and Lil Kim, and it was produced by Amin Ra and D Dot, and it was released March 17th, 1998. Money, Power, Respect, what you need in life. Money, Power, Respect, you'll see a lot. That's the key to life. Don't let me get into it, man. Dope record, dope record. Next song off this playlist is going to be The Way You Move by Outkast. It features Sleepy Brown, produced by Carl Mo and Big Boy, and it was released September 23rd, 2003. Dope record, man. This is during a time where Outkast was doing the 2 albums, Speaker Box and The Love Below. One side had Big Boy, the other side had Andre 3000, but they still did it as a collective, as the Outkast, and just putting out hit records, man. So this is definitely an anthem, man. Definitely an anthem. Next song off this playlist is going to be Lean Back by the Terror Squad. It features Fat Joe and Remy Ma. It was produced by Scott Storch, and it was released June 8th, 2004. A lot of people wanted this to be Fat Joe's single, but at that time he wanted to put out a song for his group, the Terror Squad, which is, you know, a collective he grew up with. Started out as a, you know, a gang crew. Decided to, you know, tap into the music industry, and, you know, Remy first heard the record, and Joe had 3 verses on it because he was going to put it out as a single on a Terror Squad album. She erased one of the verses, and she jumped on the record and was like, no, you're not doing this without me, man. And the beat is banging, the dance is banging, the vibe of it is banging. Just a dope record. And, you know, it's produced by a Philly native, Scott Storch, so you already know I support that Philly vibe, you know. Next song off this playlist is going to be No Hands by Waka Flocka Flame. It features Roscoe Dash and Wale, and it was produced by Drummer Boy, and it was released August 17th, 2010. This is another anthem, one of those songs when you in a club or at a day party, a night party, wherever you at that's festive and enjoyable. Once this record come on, everybody loves it, man. Just everybody loves this record, man. It's just so dope. Wale verse is dope. I'm not big on the Roscoe Dash verse. I mean, a lot of people enjoy it, but that Wale verse did it for me. That's my shit. When he looked my note, yeah, come on, man. Y'all already know. Next song off this playlist is going to be Pass the Cavazier by Busta Rhymes. It features Pharrell and Diddy. It was produced by the Neptune, and it was released November 27th, 2001. Such a dope video with this, man. Just to take, you know, a cognac like Cavazier and give it its own record was just big at that time, man. So salute to Busta for that. This is definitely an anthem, definitely something you can dance to. Just an enjoyable record, man. So I love it. I personally love this record. Next song off this playlist is going to be Still Not a Player by Big Pun. It features Joe. It was produced by The Hound Darren and Nobody, and it was released March 28th, 1998. R.I.P. the Big Punisher, man. R.I.P. the Big Punisher. A lot of people don't know his favorite rapper is Black Thought from The Roots. He's from Philly, so you know how I feel like that. Not so much as saying I'm Philly biased, but when somebody or something is connected to a Philly artist, I gotta salute it, gotta put it out there, I gotta show love, and I gotta let it be known. You already know. But this is actually the remix to the original Not a Player. And how he did this with Joe, and how they saluted the Spanish people, and how they saluted the black people, African American people, you know, that whole Boricua, Monana, like another anthem, man. Another one of those records where you hear it and you just love it no matter who you are, no matter where you at. Next song off this playlist is going to be Tell Me When to Go by E40. It features Keep the Sneak. It was produced by Little John, and it was released March 1st, 2006. Man, E40 got so many albums, man. I think this was off his 9th album. You feel what I'm saying? And just that whole crunk sound, that whole hyphy sound at that time, man, was really, really big. So to see E40 put this out, show Keek some love, and let Lil Jon produce it, it was such a vibe for the Bay Area, man. Just an anthem. I mean, we all the way over here on the East Coast, but we still felt it. We still loved it, man. So salute to E40 for that. Next song off this playlist is going to be Move Bitch by Ludacris. It features Mystical and I-20. It was produced by KLC and it was released November 27th, 2001. Club banger. Ultra aggressive. Very, very southern. But just, man, you be ready to throw elbows, fists, foot, everything, man. You be ready to spit in somebody's face when this joint come on. Like, you ain't even get out my way? Move, bitch. Get out the way. Like, definitely an anthem. Very, very mean, very, very rough song, but it's definitely an anthem. No doubt about it. The next song off this playlist is going to be First of the Month by Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was produced by DJ Unique. It was released June 15th, 1995. Man, if you got an SSI check, a welfare check, you know, got some type of supplement from the government, you already know. First of the month, when that money comes through, life is just fine and dandy for that day, for that night, for the next 2 days, maybe for the rest of that week. Because you was looking forward to that money hitting your account, man. Looking forward to that check coming in the mail. And this is kind of like a celebration of that vibe, man. It's the first of the month, get up, you know, 2 days prior, you anticipating it, and it just happens. And, you know, money make a lot of people feel good, man. When you get some money in your pocket, you feel happy. When you broke, you miserable as fuck. So I get why they took the time out to celebrate this song, man. You know, just enjoy it while you can, man, because the bills is going to kick your ass right after that. Next song off this playlist is going to be I'm a Boss by Meek Mill. It features Rick Ross. It was produced by Jalil Beats and it was released May 17th, 2011. This is strong, man. Strong in the city of Philly, man. Strong in Miami, man. Strong in the club. Strong on the radio. This is a big record, man. Salute to Meek, man. This is around the time him and Ross, you know, worked out the paperwork for him to be a part of Maybach Music Group. And bro, this was just an exciting time for Meek, man. Such a dope record. Big, big record, man. Last but not least, one of my personal favorites. Next song off this playlist is going to be Hip Hop by Dead Prez. It was produced by Head Rush, M1, and Stickman. It was released December 10th, 1998. It's definitely bigger than hip hop, man. A lot of songs, a lot of records on this playlist was definitely commercial songs, big records, big hits. But there's nothing bigger than hip hop, man. And this was an anthem for me. This was an anthem for rap music. This was an anthem for hip hop. This was an anthem for Dead Prez. This was an anthem for anybody that follows the Dead Prez movement. And I had to close it with this one, man. I love this record. I love the video. I love the track. I love the sound. I fuck with M1, I fuck with Stickman, so I had to put this on here, man, because nothing ever will touch this record when it comes to hip-hop, because it's always bigger than hip-hop, man. This shit is a lifestyle, you know? Definitely an anthem for me, and I'm guaranteeing that it's an anthem for a lot of other people as well. It's bigger than hip-hop, 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 hip. It's bigger than hip-hop. Hip hop, definitely a fucking anthem, bro. Like, seriously. Now let's get into the final part of this, my favorite part of this, by Motzy Says. When it comes to emotional and lyrical power, this is what an anthem means to me. It gives you an uplifting feeling, a sense of purpose, a defining moment in your life, a boost of energy, and a freedom to express yourself unlike any other time. From a catchy hook to a dope bridge to a funny catchphrase, an anthem has to be something that's undeniable. And I think I found 50 songs that fit that perfectly. Hope you enjoy it. Hoodie Gang, what's up? You already know, man. Finally got this one to you guys. Anthem after anthem. Two-part series, one with solo songs, one with group songs, but definitely a bunch of freaking anthems, man. 50 of my personal favorite anthems. I consider them anthems. I know a lot of y'all out there consider them anthems, so just had to put this together, man. It's your boy, Matsanelli of MotzyMadeIt.com, JoinDaCrowd.com, Playlist Life. You already know how we doing this, man. Playlist after playlist. This is 30. We made history. It's actually 31 because I did break it down into 2 parts on purpose, but for the most part, this is episode 30. And I'm just hoping you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time with me. I hope you guys really learned something. Got a lot of new things going on, so I want you guys to be ready for that and to stay in tune until we meet again.
JoinDaCrowd.com.